They say there is one place where God comes out to meet his devotees. A place where millions wait for a single divine glance. This is the sacred land of Jagannath Puri. Among those countless devotees was one humble young man, carrying no wealth, no status, only an unshakable faith and a single wish. At that very moment, another sacred journey had already begun. The creation of the divine chariots that would carry the Lord Himself. Every strike of the chisel was not merely craftsmanship. It was an act of worship offered with complete devotion. Soon, devotion began to bloom in every corner of Puri. Every hand, every thread, every prayer became part of the Lord's divine journey. But before the chariots could be touched by human hands, they first received the blessings of the divine. Then arrived the sacred Snana Purnima, when the Lord accepted the holy bath, blessing the world with His divine grace. But after the holy bath came a painful silence. The Lord entered Anasara, and the temple doors closed. Though the doors remained shut, his faith never wavered. Night after night, he waited outside, believing true devotion needs no doorway to reach the Lord. Even with an empty stomach, he chose to feed others first, believing that serving the hungry was the truest worship of Lord Jagannath. One rainy evening, an elderly saint appeared, blessed him without a word, and vanished into the crowd. That very night, the Lord answered his devotion, not with words, but through a dream that would change his destiny forever. Across an endless blue ocean, a radiant celestial chariot appeared, carrying Lord Jagannath himself. For the first time, the Lord looked directly at him, with a smile so full of love that every sorrow disappeared. Then the Lord spoke. Come during Rath Yatra. I shall reveal myself. Before sunrise, he awoke with tears in his eyes, knowing this was no ordinary dream. Soon the temple doors reopened for Nabajaubana Darshan, and waves of celebration swept through Puri. With renewed faith, he prepared himself for the sacred Rath Yatra. Before him stood the three magnificent chariots, radiant, majestic, ready to carry the Lord among his devotees. Moments later, amid thunderous conch shells and endless chants, the Lord stepped out to bless the world. As he ascended his divine chariot, millions of voices became one. Jai Jagannath! Remembering the Lord's promise, the young devotee grasped the sacred rope with all his strength. With one mighty pull, the divine chariots began to move, and heaven itself seemed to descend upon earth. Music filled every street. Odissi dancers performed gracefully. Mridangas, kartals, cymbals and conch shells echoed everywhere. Devotees from every corner of the world danced together as one family. Then, gentle rain began to fall. Yet not a single devotee stepped away. Every raindrop felt like the Lord's blessing. Suddenly, a young boy dressed in blue appeared beside him, smiling without a word. Whenever the devotee looked away, the child disappeared into the crowd. Then glowing footprints appeared, leading silently toward Lord Jagannath's sacred chariot. The devotee followed them. Step by step, the world around him faded away, until time itself stood still. Then the greatest mystery was revealed. The innocent child transformed into radiant Lord Krishna. With a gentle smile, Krishna revealed an even deeper truth, becoming the majestic form of Lord Jagannath. Moments later, the infinite Vishvarupa unfolded before him. Countless galaxies, stars, universes, and all creation shone within the boundless form of the Lord. Then came the greatest revelation. Every devotee, every soul, every heart was never separate from him. The Lord spoke with boundless compassion. Whoever pulls my Rath with love pulls me into their own heart. Unable to bear such divine grace, the devotee fell at the Lord's lotus feet. The Lord gently touched his forehead, filling his soul with eternal light. Then the vision faded. Time began to move once more. The procession continued exactly as before. No one had seen the miracle. Only one heart had been transformed forever. With tears of divine bliss, he returned to pulling the sacred rope. When the chariots reached Gundicha temple, heaven and earth seemed to celebrate together. As evening descended, thousands of lamps rose toward the heavens, as though every flame carried a prayer. Having received the Lord's grace, he discovered that the highest worship was serving every soul with love. Days later, beneath an orange sunrise, the Bahuda Yatra began. Just before reaching the temple, the smiling blue-clothed boy appeared once again. This time, the devotee simply smiled, because he already knew the truth. The smiling boy had always been Lord Jagannath himself. As the Lord returned to his sacred abode, thousands bowed in gratitude, while the setting sun bathed the temple in golden light. The festival had ended, but the greatest journey had only just begun. That night, a single golden lotus floated from the temple tower, landing gently in his hands. No words were spoken, no miracle was announced. Yet, he understood. It was the Lord's final blessing. Holding the glowing lotus close to his heart, he walked home beneath a sky filled with countless stars. Behind him, the majestic Jagannath temple shone like a beacon of eternal hope. High above, the radiant form of Lord Jagannath blessed all beings with infinite compassion.